This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. There is some positive local news to go along with a stunning national number we hit today. For the second day in a row, Wisconsin has recorded no new COVID deaths.
This comes as healthcare providers are continuing to vaccinate Wisconsinites. In the last 24 hours, just under 5,000 people in our state were vaccinated. Nearly 1.2 million doses of the vaccine have been administered across Wisconsin. Currently, over 352,000, or 6.1% of people in our state, are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. And in Dane County, over 50,000, or 9.2% of people, have received both doses.
Well, 1 week from today, the next big group could become eligible for a vaccine here in Wisconsin. That includes teachers, child care workers first, and then some public-facing essential workers like bus drivers and grocery store workers.
But there are still a lot of people who are currently eligible who have not received their shot yet. Amanda Quintana is live at UW Health with more on where we are in vaccinating those groups. Amanda?
Yes, well, we've asked DHS over the last few weeks, and they have said that it does look like March 1st is going to be the date that the rest of the people in Group 1B become eligible. That's 600,000 people approximated. Now, I have talked to some pharmacists over the last few days, and a lot of them haven't gotten any vaccine, and they still have people in Group 1A that they need to get to before they can even start Group 1B.
The challenge that it creates is their expectations.
That expectation is that when teachers, bus drivers, farm workers, and the other hundreds of thousands of people left in Group 1B become eligible next Monday, there will be a vaccine for them. But it's just not that simple.
Eligibility doesn't necessarily mean that we have the vaccine and the appointments when we have previously eligible individuals still to vaccinate.
UW Health hasn't gotten through half of its 65 and older patients yet. And when you take a look at the statewide data, Wisconsin hasn't gotten through half of that group either. It's hard to tell how many of the 800,000 people who have received a dose are frontline healthcare workers, police and fire, or 65 and older, because people's jobs or eligibility groups aren't listed in the data. But we know that adding up DHS's estimated population of each of these groups, that's almost 1,300,000 people that are eligible right now. That means almost 500,000 people currently eligible haven't gotten a shot yet. Even though 600,000 more people might become eligible on Monday, that doesn't mean vaccine is available for them on Monday.
You're going to have more people that you're adding into the queue. It leads to longer delays as far as the timing, depending upon supply, and it leads to a little bit more competition, I guess, as individuals are looking to get on those lists.
Dr. Matt Anderson at UW Health says that smaller pharmacies, that just means more people vying for the same amount of appointment spots, a process that's already flooded with people and can be confusing with a supply chain that just isn't enough to move through these appointments quickly.
When the next groups come and UW Health starts opening scheduled invitation appointments for other groups, it's going to be on the back end of the people who are already scheduled. So that's going to be at a future date.
If you're 65 and older and you have an appointment with UW Health to get your vaccine still, they say that you will be prioritized before anyone that is newly eligible. So if your appointment is rescheduled, if it's pushed back, that's because there's a lack of supply. That doesn't mean that somebody who's newly eligible is going before you.
Amanda Quintana live tonight. Amanda, thank you. The COVID-19 death toll in the U.S. has topped 500,000, all but matching the number of Americans killed in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam combined. The lives lost, as recorded by Johns Hopkins University, that's equal to the population roughly of Kansas City. 300,000 more people died in the U.S. in the first 10 months of the pandemic. Nearly 200,000 more have died just since mid-December.
Right now, President Biden is making remarks at a candlelight vigil honoring those lives lost to COVID in this country. Let's listen in.
Could I pray for him? Could I pray for him? We all know someone, fellow Americans who live lives of struggle, purpose, and of hope, who talked late into the night about their dreams, who wore the uniform born to serve, who loved, played, and always offered a hand. We often hear people described as ordinary Americans. There's no such thing. There's nothing ordinary about them. The people we lost were extraordinary. They spanned generations. born in America, immigrated to America. But just like that, so many of them took their final breath alone in America. As a nation, we can't accept such a cruel fate. While we've been fighting this pandemic for so long, we have to resist becoming numb to the sorrow. We have to resist viewing each life as a statistic or a blur or on the news. We must do so to honor the dead, but equally important, care for the living, those who left behind. For the loved ones left behind, I know all too well. I know what it's like to not be there when it happens. I know what it's like when you are there, holding their hands. There's a look in your eye and they slip away. That black hole in your chest, you feel like you're being sucked into it. The survivor's remorse, the anger, the questions of faith in your soul. For some of you, it's been a year.
You can watch the rest of President Biden's remarks on channel3000.com, on our Facebook page, or you can download the News 3 Now app for free. Just search News 3 Now in your phone's app store.
A reminder that Madison's first restaurant week of 2021 officially begins today. The biannual event organized by our partners at Madison Magazine. It showcases the best food the city has to offer through specially priced 3-course meals. Most lunches cost $15. Dinner deals range from $25 to $35. The week runs through Saturday, and what makes this version so unique is that many restaurants are offering both dine-in and to-go options. Local owners hope this convenience will encourage locals to change up their routines.
People work at home, so it's like, I'm already home, it's kind of cold out, I don't want to go out and get any food anywhere. I think that I understand the mentality or why you think that, but that does not help our restaurants at all.
And ahead at 6, we'll hear more from Matt as well as Francesco, another local restaurant owner, about why both of them have made the tough choice to keep their dining rooms closed now for almost a year. In the meantime, head to our website, channel3000.com, to make dinner plans and check out nearly 24 restaurant week menus.
President Biden announced several changes to the Paycheck Protection Program to try to help small businesses that are still struggling. Starting Wednesday, the administration will hold a special 2-week application period for businesses with fewer than 20 employees to allow lenders to focus on helping the smallest of companies. Additionally, $1 billion will be set aside to help sole proprietors and independent contractors such as beauticians or small independent retailers.
American Rescue Plan targets $50 billion to support the hardest hit small businesses after this program expires at the end of March. Would you not help invest in them? Let them continue.
The president's $1.9 trillion relief plan is expected to pass out of the House Budget Committee today, setting the stage for a possible full vote in the House by the end of the week. It just got easier to visit someone who is getting care at Mercy Health's hospitals. The provider is loosening its visitor restrictions for most patients, citing a downward trend in new COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. Starting today, the healthcare provider will allow 1 visitor per day for adult inpatients, adult outpatients undergoing a procedure, patients in the emergency department, and women who have given birth. Pediatric and NICU patients will be allowed 2 visitors per day. Visitations for patients in the COVID-19 unit will be made on a case-by-case basis. The healthcare provider's visiting hours are 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week.
Well, we went over 400 hours with below freezing temperatures, but things are changing. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti on the patio. Gary.
Boy, it certainly feels nice to see temperatures above 32, and actually it's nice to be able to see the snow packing too. That means it's melting a little bit on top, and we've got a long way to go before we get rid of it all. Visible cloud track shows some clouds have come back in after seeing some sunshine this afternoon, and there could be a couple of flurries of snow or even a little patchy drizzle or freezing drizzle tonight as a weather system passes by, mainly to our north. High temperatures today so far 37 in Madison. The last time we were above freezing was January 21st. We've been to freezing on as close as February 4th, but it's been quite some time before we've seen temperatures actually above freezing. And that's where we are right now. Temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 30s over southern Wisconsin. By tomorrow morning, we should be right around freezing, so that means temperatures will stay at or above freezing overnight. Look for partly sunny skies tomorrow. I've got a high in Madison of 39 degrees, but some areas will probably hit 40 degrees or a little bit above. We won't be quite that warm for the rest of the week, but at least we won't be bitterly cold. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Gary. It feels downright tropical across southern Wisconsin today, and with the warmth comes the melting snow.
Well, that's good news for getting around town safely, but that melting snow has to go somewhere. Gabriella Becerra joins us now to explain why those big piles of snow could cause some issues in the coming months. Gabby?
Well, Susan and Eric, no matter where you go in southern Wisconsin right now, you're going to see large piles of snow just like the one behind me. Right now, the National Weather Service says the flood risk across southern Wisconsin is above average, largely due to all of this snow. That's 16 inches on the ground. A senior service hydrologist with the National Weather Service says a lot will depend on how fast the snow melts.
Looking ahead the next few weeks, temperatures will be above freezing with lows below freezing at night. So that's a good scenario for a slow snow melt. But a lot will really depend on later on into spring, whether we get a big warm up or any heavy rain.
The National Weather Service is also watching river levels, which are higher than usual right now. And coming up on News 3 Now, we'll share how cities across southern Wisconsin are preparing for potential spring floods, including one who experienced some flooding not too long ago.
Oh, Gabriella Becerra reporting live. Gabby, thank you. Madison plows were out today pushing back the melting snow. The plows will continue doing that for the next few days as the compacted snow begins to thaw. Crews are reminding us to clear the snow away from gutters so the snow will melt into drains faster. They're also telling people don't put your trash in recycling bins in the street.
Janesville police have arrested a Chicago man accused of shooting at a snowplow driver. Police say this happened about 4:15 this morning at the Golden Corral parking lot in Janesville. Officers say 25-year-old Vauclan Naeem Thomas is accused of shooting at the snowplow driver who was clearing the lot. The snowplow driver was not hurt, but a bullet did hit his driver's side door. Officers say Thomas's vehicle was reportedly stolen out of Chicago. He's facing tentative charges of attempted homicide. And the former Badger football player charged with killing 2 women in Rock County has pleaded not guilty. 34-year-old Marcus Randall made his plea this morning via video conference in Rock County Court. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in the murders of Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester that happened last February in Janesville. Randall scheduled to be back in court March 8th.
Madison firefighters responded to a garage fire this morning. Dane County Dispatch says the call came around 9:45 for West Lakeside Street. Dispatch says there are unknown injuries and the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Governor Tony Evers wants to spend $2.4 billion on building projects across 31 counties in the state over the next 2 years. Nearly half of that going to projects in the UW system. The governor released his capital budget proposal today. That plan calls for $150 million for a new engineering building on the Madison campus and $163 million for a new state office building and parking garage in Milwaukee. The State Building Commission is slated to vote on it next month, which would then send the plan to the legislature's budget committee, which will then decide what to fund. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, confirmation hearing for President Biden's pick for Attorney General Merrick Garland underway. We'll have the latest. And coming up tonight at 6, Governor Evers toured another COVID-19 vaccination clinic that opened in the northeastern part of the state. Why he's optimistic about vaccinating more Wisconsinites. That's next hour. News 3 Now at 6. And on Wall Street, a rough day for tech stocks. The NASDAQ takes a 341-point dive. The Dow surges 27. The S&P falls 30. We'll be right back.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Hi, folks. All week, we're highlighting local businesses taking part in Winter Restaurant Week.
Tuesday morning in the 608, we take you inside an authentic Italian restaurant on Madison's west side and get a closer look at what makes their menu unique.
We'll see you Tuesday morning.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Confirmation hearings are underway for Judge Merrick Garland, President Biden's pick for Attorney General. It was a hearing today. In a hearing today, Garland it was a hearing he never received when he was President Obama's Supreme Court nominee to fill the seat left vacant by the late Justice Antonin Scalia. Prior to becoming a judge, Garland worked in the Justice Department, where he oversaw the prosecution of the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. Democrats asked how that experience with domestic terrorism relates to the January 6th assault on the Capitol.
What's going on in America? Was Oklahoma City just a one-off, unrelated to what happened here?
I don't think that this is necessarily a one-off. And I certainly agree that we are facing a more dangerous period than we faced in Oklahoma City.
Judge Garland has bipartisan support and is expected to win confirmation.
Federal prosecutors have now charged at least 250 people in connection with the January 6th Capitol riot. That is according to a CNN analysis of records and Department of Justice announcements. 5 people, including a Capitol police officer, were killed in the riot. Members of Congress and then Vice President Mike Pence were evacuated to safety, temporarily shutting down debate over the Electoral College results.
The power is back on for most people in Texas, but millions of lives are still in turmoil. Broken water pipes and flooding mean huge insurance claims, possibly on an unprecedented scale. Many families also face skyrocketing electric bills and potential financial disaster. The price tag for this storm could surpass Harvey's $19 billion in insurance losses. The problem that many Texans are facing now is getting estimates for their damage, and there is no standardization across insurance policies.
Well, let's get a look at our first warn weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us. Gary?
Well, take a look at the temperatures right now. We haven't been able to show you temperatures this mild for a long time. Right now, 37 degrees in Madison. In a normal year, it's just a couple degrees above average, would be kind of ho-hum. But let's put things in perspective. Here's our very long cold spell. First of all, since February 3rd, we've had 14 days below zero, and we've had 21 straight days with below normal temperatures. Today's temperature will be averaging 5 degrees above average, so it'll be the first time in over 3 weeks that our temperature has been above normal. But the last time we even reached the freezing mark, 32 degrees, was at 5 p.m. on on the 4th of February, so that was about 2.5 weeks ago. That's 429 straight hours of temperatures at or below freezing. Most of those were well below freezing. The last time we were above freezing, to the point where you could actually even start melting some of the snow, was 6 p.m. on January 21st. So that was a month ago. We're talking 765 straight hours of temperatures freezing or below, not above freezing to even melt some of the snow. So what happens is, we haven't had any huge snowstorms around here, other than the heavy lake effect snows that were from Milwaukee into Racine and Kenosha counties and down in Chicago last week. But for the most part, our snows have been 3, 4, 5 inches, very similar to what we had yesterday. But it just keeps piling up because it doesn't melt. So we've got about 16 inches of snow depth in Madison. Most of southern Wisconsin has over a foot of snow on the ground. And of course, that helps to keep temperatures cold, so it kind of feeds on itself, but with temperatures staying below freezing, you don't melt anything either. Right now, there's some light snow in northern Wisconsin. A few of these flurries could make it into the southern part of the state, but temperatures are warm enough here we could even see some drizzle or freezing drizzle, mainly this evening. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for high temperatures around 40 for tomorrow. Temperatures should stay above freezing on Wednesday as well, with highs in the middle 30s. So that's some good news. We'll start melting a little bit of the snow. Quiet weather is expected through Friday, but we do have some light snow in the forecast for Friday night into early Saturday morning. But temperatures at least will be back to near normal. So our forecast calls for a low temperature tonight of about 32 and a high tomorrow of 39 degrees. The skies turn partly sunny, so there's some good news. And as we check out the 7 to 10 day forecast, again, 36 on Wednesday, a little breezy. There could be a flurry tomorrow night as well. But as we look ahead, you can see quiet weather for Thursday and Friday, some light snow that's actually Friday night into Saturday morning, and then another weather system brings the potential for some light snow from Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, ending as a couple of flurries on Monday, and then another weather system brings some light snow perhaps Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. But notice the trend in temperatures. The coldest of those days, the high temperature is 28 degrees. So every other day we see temperatures at or slightly above freezing, and nighttime low temperatures, you don't see any zeros in there. Temperatures stay in the teens or 20s. That is some good news. As we take a look at first warning traffic, some good news there. Not seeing any issues on the Beltline right now. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions along the Beltline, along I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison. Even on East Washington Avenue, just a few slowdowns, but nothing major there. Travel times, about 15 minutes either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate, heading out of Madison. About 26 minutes from the Beltline southward to Janesville on I-39, 90. To Sauk City from Middleton on US 12, it'll take you 16 minutes. And from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, it's an 18-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, a certain group of essential workers that do not get enough recognition are honored across the state. We'll tell you who that is ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Supermarkets and food manufacturers across the nation are celebrating their employees. Wisconsin and the city of Madison issued a proclamation declaring today Supermarket Employee Day. And to celebrate the day, Metcalf's held a ceremony recognizing all of the essential supermarket employees around the state. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says supermarket employees are essential workers that far too often go unnoticed.
These are people who have not had the luxury to stop or to stay home. These are people that have had to put themselves and their families at risk. These are people who have taken care of us throughout the whole past year of this pandemic, and we owe them a debt of gratitude.
Rhodes Conway says she will recognize all essential employees tomorrow at the city council meeting.
An area theater is celebrating a big milestone. The Stoughton Opera House is celebrating its 120th anniversary. In 1901, the Opera House put on its very first show. Tonight, they'll be celebrating with a special performance by Christina Dahlhausen of the Iowans at 7:30. It can be watched on your personal device. Just head to StoughtonOperaHouse.com and click live video. The NASA spacecraft named in honor of one of the space agency's mathematicians is on the International Space Station. The SS Katherine Johnson arrived on the International Space Station with roughly 8,000 pounds of cargo this morning after about 2 days after launching. The craft will assist with health-related experiments, including the exploration of treatments to bring back vision for those with retinal diseases. Johnson, whose life was the plot of the movie Hidden Figures, died last year at the age of 101. She started her NASA career in a segregated wing for women, but was quickly transferred to the Flight Research Division.
And stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
The President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around, and right now everything is an additional 25% off.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Menards carries everything you need to renovate your kitchen. Start your update with our huge selection of over 10,000 kitchen cabinet styles and finishes. Shop top brands with great features like soft closed doors and drawers, cabinet lighting, and more. Design the kitchen of your dreams for free in-store or at home with our You Create program on Menards.com. Save today on everything for your next project right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
My wife had a tough week at work and she needed a break. I stopped by Quick Trip and they say, I want to surprise my wife with a special dinner. And the Quick Trip lady was like, our take-home meals are freshly made and absolutely delicious. I recommend the fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And I'm like, sign me up. Upon arriving home, my wife says, wow, what's the occasion? And I'm like, just you. And she's like, looks like someone's getting dessert. Bless you, Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
My lips get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. It's all-day moisture in one use and is guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands.
Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
Want your brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try our new gummies for 30 days and see the difference.
Let's say your car needs a new part, like an alternator. You could get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the belt and tensioner kit you'll need to do the repair right and have money left over to buy lunch. Since 1999, rockauto.com has provided reliably low prices, easy-to-use website, huge selection of parts, and fast shipping.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
He's thinking new mattress. She's thinking, well, a lot of things. It's okay. Get an extra 25% off our already low Slumberland price. The Sealy Posturepedic mattress on closeout for only $529. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, breaking news: 500,000 dead from COVID-19, a once unthinkable milestone. Tonight, we remember the American lives lost as the president orders flags to half staff. Plus, dozens of Boeing 777s are grounded after an engine explodes midair. The details tonight on how much danger the passengers faced. And also tonight, the incredible story of a childhood cancer survivor who's headed to space. That and more news tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, let's go back to Gary. One final check of the forecast.
Well, we've got a few flurries to our north that might clip us tonight, but with temperatures right around freezing, it's possible it could even be a little flurry or a little drizzle or freezing drizzle in there. Right now, temperatures above freezing for the first time in almost a month. 37 right now in Madison. For tomorrow, look for a low temperature of 32, high temperature of 39. That means we'll melt at least a little bit of this snow. 7 to 10 day forecast keeps temperatures in the 30s into the weekend. We will add some light snow for Friday night into Saturday morning, and then again Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, and Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night of next week, but at least no frigid weather there.
Yeah, we'll take it. We're back in 30 minutes for News for Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.